Hello dear students, welcome to the third video lectures on unit number 1 of engineering mechanics. In these video lectures, in last video lectures we have discussed about the resolution and composition of forces. Now in this video lectures I am going to talk about the concept of moment of force, then couple and Verignon theorem. Okay, so these are the three important concepts that we are going to discuss, because this Verignon theorem will be required when for determining the position of resultant force. Okay, so now just start the discuss. We are going to discuss that concept of moment. What is meant by moment of force? Yes, moment of force. Moment is defined as moment is the turning effect, or it is also called as a rotational effect produced by the force on the body. If it is the product of magnitude of force and perpendicular distance from the point to the line of action of force. Okay, so simply if anyone asks you about the what is moment, you simply say that moment is nothing but the force into perpendicular distance. Okay, now it is a vector quantity because it is having magnitude as well as direction. Okay, so its unit is essentially Newton meter. It is because it is a force into distance, therefore Newton meter. Okay, not Newton per mm. Okay, because most of the students are writing kilonewton per meter or Newton per meter like that. Okay, so remember that Newton per meter is the unit of uniformly distributed load. Okay, so for moment it is always Newton meter because force into distance. Okay, now since it is a rotating effect, for sign conventions we have to you have to use some direction that its direction, if the moment is clockwise or anti-clockwise. For clockwise moments we are taking positive, and anti-clockwise moments we are taking negative. Okay, if see now how clockwise and anti-clockwise means. See, this is the point O, and this is the force acting at a distance d from this point. Okay, now this force is going to creating a clockwise moment to this point. See how it should be written. It should be read MOF, means moment of force about point O. Moment of this force about point O is equal to plus. Why plus? Because it is a clockwise sense. Force into distance, F into d, clockwise. Similarly, this O is here and force is acting on left side of the point. So it is M F, yeah, FO, that is moment of force FO about O is equal to minus F into d, anti-clockwise. Okay. Now the examples of moments. Door is open and closed by applying single force, push or pull. When we are open any door and close any door, then we are applying a moment. Due to moment effect, that door is either open or closed. Okay, then turning or rotating effect produce is the moment of force. Turning or rotating effect produces the moment of force. Okay, the next example is tightening of nut by a spanner produces the moment of force. Okay, when we are going to tight any nut, we have to apply the moment. Tight, or if you are going to lose, if you have to tight it, you have to apply a clockwise moment. If you have to lose it, you have to apply the anti-clockwise moment by using the spanner. So that will be the example. These are the examples of the moment. Now similarly, there is one another concept comes into picture, that is the couple. So two equal, parallel and oppositely directed forces forms a couple. The perpendicular distance between the forces forming a couple is called as the arm. Okay, see that two equal and parallel and oppositely directed forces. This F F. These two forces must be equal in magnitude and opposite in directions. If out of these any two forces, if these two forces are unequal, then it will not creating a couple. Okay, and that both the forces should be opposite in directions. One is going in left and other is going in right. Okay, if both are going in same direction, then again it will not create a couple. And third important thing, that it should be separated by some distance. Okay, these are the three important properties required to create a couple. Okay, now next, the only effect of a couple on a body is a tendency to rotate the body about an axis perpendicular to the plane of a couple. The resultant of the forces forming couple is zero. The resultant of the forces forming a couple is zero, but their moment sum is not zero. Their moment sum is not zero. The unique property of couple is that mo moment sum of its forces is constant and is independent of any moment center. The moment of forces forming couple is product of one of the forces and arm of a couple. If it is denoted by C, therefore C is equal to F into T. Its unit is again Newton meter. Okay. See the basic difference in moment and couple. Both are having the same unit, Newton meter. But for moment, a single force is required, whereas for couple, we needed two forces to create a couple. And the basic difference is that couple is a free vector and moment is a fixed vector, because moment we are taking a particular point and couple you can shift it anywhere in the problem. Okay, that thing is the basic difference. Fundamental difference is the free vector and fixed vector. Moment is fixed vector because we are taking moment about a point, remember, huh? And couple is not about any point. You can shift it couple anywhere in the on the body and it effects remain same. That is the important things. Okay, these are the basic differences. In most of the interview, it will be this the general question. It may ask maximum time, what is the difference between moment and couple. Okay, so the first fundamental difference, you can say that moment is a fixed vector and couple is a free vector, and for couple two equal and opposite forces will be required, and for moment a single force is sufficient to create a moment. Okay, that moment, that but that should be acting at some distance. Okay, because without distance moment will not create. The effect of couple acting on a body is unchanged. The effect of couple acting on a body is unchanged. Okay. If the couple is rotated through any angle in its plane, the couple is shifted to any other position in its plane, the couple is shifted to a parallel plane, the couple is replaced by another pair of forces in its plane whose product F into D and sense of rotation is unchanged. Now see the examples of couple. Opening the opening or closing of a tap is an example of couple. See, when we are going to open or close the taps, we have to apply two equal forces at some distance. That is the example of couple. The steering wheel of a car is the moment of a couple. See, when we are driving a car, we are putting our two hands on a steering wheel and we are doing driving. Okay, so that is the examples of a couple. Then rotation of a key to lock or unlock. See the examples. Huh? From this example, you will clear what is meant by couple. Okay, so now moment is over, couple is over. Now the next important concept we are going to discuss, that Verignon theorem of moment. See, this is very important. Huh? Make the statement. See his statement. It is state that the moment of resultant of all the forces in a plane about any point is equal to the algebraic sum of moment of all the forces about the same point. This theorem is used to locate the position of resultant in case of coplanar non-concurrent force system. This is also called as principle of moment, which states that moment of a force is equal to moment sum of its components. Okay, now with the help of these figures, I am going to explain how Erichsen theorem works. Okay, see, this is a origin. This is the perpendicular distance this force is passing. Okay, here it is at point A. It is fx fy. Its component A is xy. B point is on the verge. It's having only iy distance because it is on y-axis, so it is not having any x distance. And third is the C point, which is on y-axis, which is having only ix component. Okay, so now moment of force F about O is here, is equal to F into D. Main F into D. This is the force and its perpendicular distance is D. Is equal to component of its moment. Now is this force. F force is having 3 points, and at 3 points there are three or six components. Okay. See first, for C point, component at C. Where is C point? C. Okay, we are taking moment here. See, fx is passing through the x point, so fx will not create any moment, but fy is there and it is creating a clockwise moment, therefore plus fy into ix. This is component at x. Now component at B, here is B. Now see, fy is passing through O point. Okay, so it is not having any distance, so its moment of fy is 0, but fx is having some distance, that is iy. It is again creating a plus moment, so plus fx into iy. This is about at B. Now at A. At A, there are both ix as well as iy. Okay, so x is creating a clockwise moment, that is fx into y, and fy. This point is here, so fy is creating an anti-clockwise minus fy into x. Okay, so this is the moment of the main force is equal to moment of its components, and this is the Erichsen theorem. Okay, this theory you will remember. All these three points for theory is also important, because there is a possibility that in semester examinations that 4 marks question will be directly from what is moment, what is couple, or state and explain Erichsen theorem. Okay, so the numerical also appear as well as theory also will come. Okay, now next. So now we are going to discuss the some few numericals based on the concept whatever we have discussed. Okay, coordinates of points are A 05, B 50, and C 03. Force F passing through point C cause clockwise moment to 14 Nm about A and clockwise moment of 140 mm about B. Determine force and its x-intercept. Now observe the figure. A 05 means y is 0, x is 0, y is 5. B 50 means x is 5, y is 0, and C 03 means x is 0, y is 3. And this force is acting like this. Okay. Now assume force F passing through C as shown in figure. This is the assumptions actually. Initially we have made assumptions. Okay. Now one, moment of force F about A. Moment of force F about A. Where is A? A point is here. Okay, now it's fy is passing through A point, so its fy moment is 0. Now what fx into 2. See fx, this is fx, this is 3, this is 5, so this is 2, so it is fx into 2, that is fx is equal to 120 Newton. This force is 240, therefore fx is equal to 120. Now second, moment of force about B. Where is B? This is B. Now at B, fy into 5, this is fy into 5 and fx into 3. About B, about moment of force B about B, it is into 5 and minus fx into 3. C force passing through. Okay, so fy is creating anti-clockwise, so this is and this 5 distance, and fx is anti-clockwise and it's 3 distance. Okay, so fx fy is known. Now calculate the resultant F force. F is equal to square root of fx square plus fy square. So it comes out to be 156.20 Newton. Now its inclination with x-axis, that is theta is equal to tan inverse of Fy by Fx. So it comes out to be 39.8 degree. Also for x-intercept, see when you are going to calculate x-intercept, you have use I Fy, and when you are going to calculate y-intercept, you have to use Fx. Moment of force B is equal to Fy into 5 into Ix. So 140 is equal to 100 into 5 into Ix. Therefore, Ix is equal to 3.6, means this force is acting at a distance 3.6 meter. Okay, so this way you have to use the Very-Snow theorem. Now next numerical forces are shown in figure. Determine the resultant and position where it cuts x-axis. Okay, these are the forces given. 1, 2, 3. This is horizontal, no need to resolve. This is vertical, no need to resolve. But this is inline force, we have to resolve. To calculate this alpha, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, tan alpha is equal to 4 by 3. It is 53.13. Now resolve. Fx is equal to 150 plus 100 cos 53. Therefore, 210. Fy is equal to 100 sin 53.13 minus 130 minus 50. Therefore, resultant R is equal to square root of 210 plus 50 square, that is 215.87 Newton. Theta is equal to tan inverse of 50 by 210, that comes out to be 13.39 degree. Now use Very-Snow theorem. What Very-Snow theorem says that summation moment of force about O is equal to moment of their resultant. Okay, so moment of resultant is equal to 50 into Ix is equal to 130 into 2 plus 150 into 4. So it comes up to be 860. Therefore, Ix is equal to 17.2. It cuts where Ix and its resultant Rx Ry. Okay, now next numerical. A square lamina is subjected to the forces as shown in figure. Calculate the magnitude of the forces P1 and P2 such that resultant of system of forces will be horizontal force at point E. Okay, so these are the forces given, but P1 and P2 is unknown. Okay, 4 by 4 meter grid is given. Okay. As resultant is horizontal, summation Fy is equal to 0. 1580 sin 71.56. See, this is the, you have to calculate the angle. This is the force is acting here, but you have to draw its extension, where it means where actually force is originates. So if you draw the if you extend this force line, you will be, it is coinciding here. Okay, so at this location you have to calculate the angle alpha, that is alpha is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 1. Okay, so you will get 71. Similarly, if you extend this line P1 line, it is acting here, originates here. So its the angle is tan alpha is equal to 3 by 2. So resultant is horizontal. Fy is equal to 0. So just calculate, resolve it. You will get equation 0.832 P1 minus 0.447 P2 is equal to minus 1498.87, is equation number 1. Now as resultant passing through E, this is where this E point, E, so summation of resultant at E is equal to 0, because resultant is passing through E point, it will not create any movement. Okay, so moment of resultant at E is equal to 0, therefore moment of force at E is equal to 0, therefore take moment of all this about F. So it will get an equation number 2. Now from equation 1 and 2 you will get P1 and P2, two equations, two unknowns. So P1 minus 901.138 and P2 1675.89. The three forces shown on the rigid grid on the grid is as shown in figure. Produce a resultant force through point A. Find resultant and its intersection with x and y axis. Also calculate P. Okay, as resultant R is passing through A, summation of resultant at A is equal to 0. Therefore, summation of moment of all forces at A is equal to 0. Now take all the forces about A. So it will give you the P. P is equal to 750 Newton. Now summation fx is equal to, resolve all this, 995 Newton. Summation fy is equal to minus 360. Resultant is equal to square root of fx square plus fy square. It's coming to be 1058.12 Newton. Its direction theta is equal to tan inverse of 360 by 995, 19.89 degree. Okay. Now use Erichsen theorem to locate this position. Summation of moment of force is equal to summation of moment of resultant. Okay. So this will give you Iy is equal to 3.17 and Ix is equal to 8.76. A rigid bar AB is subjected to a system of parallel forces as shown in figure. Reduce the given system of force into an equivalent single resultant force system at D, force system at A. See, these are the forces are acting, 4 forces. So it's single resultant. Now see, all forces are vertical. Just you have to apply Fy is equal to R because no horizontal force. So R is equal to plus 20 because upward, minus 45 because downward, plus 35 because upward, and minus 24 because downward. So therefore resultant is coming minus 15. Minus 15 means it is acting downward. R is equal to 15 acting downwards. Now use Erichsen theorem. Summation of moment of force at A is equal to summation of moment of resultant at A here. See, all forces at forces of all moment about when you see 20 Newton is passing through A point, so its moment is 0. Now 45 is creating a clockwise moment, it is 45 into 1. This is upward, it is creating minus, therefore minus 35 into 3 plus 25 into 5 is equal to R into X. Therefore X is equal to 4.33 meter. Now force system at D means all forces were to replace at this point. Okay, so moment of this is 0. So all the forces have been shifted to point D. R is equal to 15 kN acting downward at D, and its couple is 20 into 3. How 20? 20 is creating a clockwise couple, and its the perpendicular distance is 1 plus 2 to D point 3. Minus 45 into 2, minus 45 into 2, and plus 25 into 2. Therefore couple is coming out to be plus 20 Newton meter. So it means it is a plus clockwise couple. Similarly, force system at D, R is equal to 15 kN acting downward at A, and couple C is equal to 45 into 1 minus 35 into 3 plus 25 into 5. Therefore couple is plus 65 kN meter. This way you have to reduce the forces into equivalent force couple system. Okay, now just see the next numerical. Replace the system of forces and couple as shown in figure by a single force couple system at A. So now here 200 Newton, 50 Newton, 100 Newton inclined 3 by 4. So it's theta is we have to calculate it. Theta is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4, that is 36, and there is a anti-clockwise couple of 80 Newton meter and horizontal force. Okay, so Fx minus 100 cos 36.87 minus 75, only two forces, its component at this. Okay, so Fx is minus 155 Newton going in left directions. Fy is equal to minus 200 plus 50 minus 100 sin 36, so minus 210. Its magnitude R is equal to square root 155 square plus 210 square, 261. Theta is tan inverse of Fy by Fx is 53.57. Now Erichsen principle or Erichsen theorem. Moment of forces about A is equal to 50 into 2 plus 80. See, 50 into 2. This is creating a anti-clockwise moment. 50 into 2 is anti-clockwise at point A. This is again an anti-clockwise couple, so minus 80. 75 is passing through A point, so no moment. Its vertical component is going to create then minus 100 sin 836.87. So it is coming out to be moment of force minus 16 Newton. Minus means it is a clockwise. It is an anti anti-clockwise. He has taken anti-clockwise plus and clockwise minus. Okay, so it is coming minus, which is the anti-clockwise moment. This problem is not so important. Now the next problem is determine the resultant of force system as shown in figure on the bar AB and locate its position with respect to point A. So this is the way. Okay, now its solution. Now it is a triangular loading acting, so we have to convert that conversion of triangular load into point load. So we have to calculate the area of this triangle. 1 by 2 base into height. 1 by 2 base is 3, height is 1200 Newton. This is the height of force. Okay, so it is 1800 Newton. And it will acting at CG, that is 1 meter from height. After calculating the triangular load, the load is acting at the CG. Okay, CG is B by 3 from maximum sides, means it is B by 3 means 3 by 3 means 1, from this side is 1 and from this side it is 2 meter. Okay, so this is the shown here, this is 3 meter acting 1. Okay, this has been replaced by the couple 300 Newton here, 300 Newton here, and separated from this triangle. Okay, so it has been replaced by a couple. Okay, now find fx. Fx is equal to plus 1000, only one horizontal force. This 2000 has been resolved. 200 cos 60, 200 sin 60. Okay, so this is the free body diagram. This means this and this having same meaning. Okay, fy minus 1000, this is minus 1800 minus 17.3 is minus 45. Okay, r is equal to square root 1000 square plus no is a square, it's 4641.065. now its direction theta is equal to tan inverse of fy by fx, that is 4532.0 divided by 1000. It comes out to be 77.56 degree. Now use Verignon theorem. Summation of moment of all forces about A is equal to summation of resultant moment at A. 1000 into 2. Here we are taking moment. This is A point. So 1000 into 2 plus, it is a clockwise moment, minus 3000 into 2. Minus 3000 into 2 means it is creating a anti-clockwise couple. See, 3000 into 2. Okay. So this is an anti-clockwise to this point. Now 1800 plus into 1800 into 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 8. Moment of this force about these points. Force is 1800, distance is 8 meter. And similarly this 17.32 into 8 plus 3 is 11. This 1000 is horizontal, it is not creating any moment, so it's 0. Okay, so it comes out to be 29452.55 is equal to moment of resultant at A. Therefore is equal to ry into ix. When you are going to calculate ix, it is ry. When it is iy, it is ix. When it is fy, so for ix it is 6.5. So resultant cuts at a AB distance, it's 6.5 meter from A, and this is the diagram. A, this is your resultant, it's Rx, it's Ry, and it's Ix, which is cut at a distance 6.5 meter from A. Okay, so this way you have to use the Verignon theorem. Okay, so in this video lectures we have discussed concept of moment, concept of couple, and Verignon theorem, and its numerical. Okay, so this is about the lecture lecture number 3 of unit 1. Okay, thank you.